You've got a tuned to listener-powered KEXP 90.3 FM here in Seattle, heard all over the world online, KEXP.org, or streaming from your mobile app, or our mobile app on your mobile phone, and on your smart speaker as well. Just heard music from The Slits. Typical Girls was the track, and brand new Best Coast starting off the set, the title track to the new album, Different Light. Kevin Cole with you. It is the afternoon show. I'm down in the performance space with Shopping. They've got a brand new album, All or Nothing. I think we're going to hear some songs from it. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Hi.
Good. Thanks.
Take it away. Then how about a couple songs and we'll chat a bit.
All right. See what we can do. No,
Cool.
Another promise, I'll take your word on this. Where would we be without you? Prices for taking, it's a win-win situation. All you have to do is trust in us. Trust in us. We follow your example, but we don't have the means to. We wait patiently. I know it feels like they're tearing you to pieces, but all you have to do is trust in us. Trust in us. Say you don't need it, but where would you be without this? It's time to see some sense. You're breaking down around me, and I'm picking up the pieces. All you've ever said. Trust in us. Trust in us.
What's next?
You're holding your breath. It's a particular kind of stress. You have a razor sharp tongue when you want to whistle now. You're losing the game. It's a belligerent style of play, and you're resisting the change just when you need to. Show me how. Initiative. Why can't you show some initiative? Initiative. Why can't you show some? crunch time comes around, you move to the back of the line. I think I know what you need, and now you're listening carefully. You seem so sorry when you want to. Is it now? Initiative. Why can't you show some initiative? Initiative. Why can't you show some? You're holding your breath. It's a particular kind of stress. You have a razor sharp tongue when you want to. Is it now? I think I know what you need, and now you're listening carefully. You seem so sorry when you need to. Is it now? Initiative. Why can't you show some initiative? Initiative. Why can't you show some initiative? Initiative. Why can't you show some?
It is Shopping Live on the afternoon show, KEXP. Billy Easter on bass, Andrew Milk on drums, Rachel Eggs on guitar. And it is great having you here. Welcome to KEXP.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
In Seattle. Last time we saw each other was a year and a month ago in London for our
Yeah.
International Clash Day broadcast. So it's great having you here in our town.
Same.
Yeah.
So just heard two songs from the new album, All or Nothing, or Initiative there at the end of the set, and Trust, which is the last song on the new album, All or Nothing. It's a great closing song, I think.
Oh, good.
It's
I'm
kind of
glad you think so.
it's kind of comforting. There's sort of a resolution
Yeah.
when you listen to the whole album, and then you know, just it's very directional as well.
Cool.
Asking for trust. I love that.
Great.
So it's like you've listened to it now trust us, okay?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, like
We mean it.
Like
Yeah.
all your records, there's a great sense of urgency, lyrically and musically, and an edginess, and you know, this cathartic release. I think that in part comes from the propulsion and the dancing, and that sense of community you feel when you move around.
Yeah.
But then there's kind of, for me at least, a nice resolution at the end.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's
Great.
kind of, that song was like, we debated it for ages where to put it in the track listing. So it's actually a closer and it's an opener. Depends if you get the vinyl version or if you're
Yeah.
getting like a digital download. So I think it's, I like it as an opener as well, because it's kind of a bit tongue-in-cheek, asking the listener to kind of trust, you know, it's us, you can trust us.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we are doing our thing. But
Well, that's true. I mean,
little thing.
doing our thing. If you liked it before, then trust. You know, it's a little bit different, but it's still us. I think it's good as both closer and opener.
yeah, I mean, you want to evolve as a band. A lot has been made about it being a bit different, like with, you know, synth and stuff. I saw one review that like said, man, there's a Kraftwerk sound in a couple songs. I was like, there's not a Kraftwerk sound. There's a synthesizer.
Yeah.
And it's kind of in the background.
Yeah.
I wish.
we had synths on the last album as well, so it's not exactly a huge departure.
Yeah.
Right?
It sounds great. And, you know, it's produced pretty big, and that's super cool. But to me, it really sounds like the core of the band.
Great.
How about for you? And how does it feel as an evolution?
Pretty good, I think. I mean,
Feels
we're happy
pretty good.
with it, right?
I mean, I think for us, certain things do feel like we're like, whoa, sounds like pop music. But like, I think that's only in relation if you've been in our band for 10 years. Things like tiny progressions like that feel more. They feel massive. Like we added like a harmony to one song. You know, we're like, oh my god, can we really do this? It's like, yeah. I mean, no
we
one
haven't
really-
even been in our band for 10 years. So.
I mean, yeah. Imagine.
It's 8, right? 2012 or so. Well, so when I saw you a year ago, a lot's happened since then. Obviously, the new album, but you've moved apart, or Did
Yeah, I've spent like the last year and a half in LA.
So did that change how you recorded the record or the writing of the songs? Like how?
We did have to. I had to keep going back a lot anyway, for things like the KEXP session. And so we would get together and write. But we actually wrote some of these songs in Seattle, weirdly enough.
Yeah, that is weird. And
2 years ago.
Initiative.
Do you remember what songs?
Well, yeah, we wrote Initiative here.
Initiative and All or Nothing.
Weirdly, the first time we ever played that song live was at the last KEXP session that we did.
All tying in quite nicely, really, isn't it?
Weird.
So there you go.
Yeah.
But it was not that different, to be honest, because we've been living far apart for a while, because they moved to Glasgow when I was still in London. It's a slight more distance, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of kind of the sound and the production, did you feel like you moved or evolved into a different direction that way?
We wanted like a bigger, poppier sound, I think, and we got what we wanted.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Andrew, you're looking a little coy over there.
Oh, wow. Just throw me under the bus, why don't you? Yeah, no, I agree. We wanted like a bigger pop production. I love pop music. That's kind of like, not that I truly believe that I ever quite make pop music, but I strive to try and do that with anything that I play. So we all really love, we have that in common. Very disparate tastes in music a lot of the times, but we all really love like a big pop song. Yeah.
And it's interesting how you might strive for that, but it doesn't end up sounding anything like that.
Isn't that interesting?
Well, I'm thinking of Iggy Pop. I read an interview where he was talking about Lust for Life. And he said, oh, man, I was just trying to do Don't Worry, Love by the Supremes.
Right, yeah.
And you can kind of hear it like, oh, that was the inspiration? Okay, cool, but... doesn't sound anything. It sounds like Iggy,
Yeah.
When you're in it, it's hard to tell. Like where John Lennon told Yoko Ono, like "Walking on Thin Ice," when she played him that, it was like, "You've written a #1 single. That's a #1. That's a pop #1." It's like "Walking on Thin Ice" was not a #1, but when you're that involved, it's kind of goes back to what Rachel was saying. The slightest changes can like seem
you're
massive.
tuned into the nuances, I guess.
Yeah, well, I love the new record, All or Nothing, and would love to hear some more songs from it. Although I wanted to ask you again, you were talking about Seattle and writing a couple of the songs here in Seattle. What do you remember about that? Was that just because you had some extra time or because there was some kind of inspiration?
Yeah, no, we were here. We'd played in New York, and then we were doing a small West Coast tour. That started in Seattle. So we came like a few days early, and then a friend set us up in their basement, and we were like, perfect opportunity. Let's write some songs.
I think we were probably already thinking that like the distance was going to be a bit tricky to like write stuff. So we were like grabbing opportunities wherever they presented themselves.
Yeah. Had that been sort of a thing in the past as well? Like, would you write when you were all together just down the road?
Yeah, a couple times we've done that.
Yeah.
But it's just sort of whenever we can.
Cool. Well, let's hear a couple more songs. The new record is All or Nothing, and it's Shopping, live here on KEXP.
It's All or Nothing. Oh, great.
I had no idea what song was going.
I hear you laughing. You ever gonna take it back? A line in a
You got really into that one, didn't you?
Just feeling it.
Ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Stop. Facing reality, analyze anything. Crystal clear like a bad dream, not all that it seems. Don't stop. Golden opportunity, overthink everything. Only 1 or 2 weeks turns into eternity. And stop. And stop. And stop. And stop.
This time it's useless. We're never gonna fix it. Disintegrating. I can't think about anything. This time it's useless. We're never gonna fix it. Disintegrating. I can't think about anything.
Constant, craving possibility when you look at me. Untied, made up totally nothing apparently. To reach a risk, a life just out of reach. To reach a risk, your hands around my wrist. It's a risk. It's a risk. It's a risk. It's a risk.
This time it's useless. We're never gonna fix it. Disintegrating. I can't think about anything. This time it's useless. We're never gonna fix it. Disintegrating. I can't think about
It's a
anything.
risk.
Asking around, around. Asking around, around. Asking around, around. This time it's useless. We're never gonna fix it. Disintegrating. I can't think about anything. This time it's useless.
Just out
We're
of
never
reach.
gonna fix it. Disintegrating. I can't think about
It's a
anything.
risk. It's a risk. It's a risk. It's a risk.
Shopping live on KEXP. That's no apologies, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And right before that, All or Nothing, both from the new record, All or Nothing. Sounding great. Love the record. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
And
Pleasure.
yeah, tonight, dance your troubles away and celebrate with the community of music lovers at the Sunset Tavern, shopping and playing there. And then tomorrow night at the Biltmore in Vancouver, BC, then heading back down here, West Coast and southwest of the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, thank you so much. It's great having you here.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
And huge thanks to the audio video team here at KEXP, also Nikhil and B for helping out on the board, and B for the prep. And thanks to all of our donors, all of you who donate to KEXP. You make live sessions like today's session with shopping possible. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, you make the videos on YouTube possible. So huge thanks to everybody who donates and is a member of the KEXP community. You can find out more at kexp.org.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.